Hey creative family, it's Timothy Stone Dancer Coleman, Director of Education here at BronxNet and your host for Emerging Media Makers. I'm here in BronxNet's Media and Technology Studios in the South Bronx, ready to introduce you to two more amazing community access producers. This is our green room. This is something you're going to see when you become a certified access producer for one of our stations. This is going to be another amazing show, so without any further ado, let's get started.
It's been a long time since the Bronx was burning. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the rich stories from our community continue to captivate and entertain audiences from the Bronx and beyond. Welcome to Emerging Media Makers. This show was created to shine a light on the talent and vision of BronxNet's access producers. Emerging Media Makers, your passion lives here.
What's up, creative family? My name is Timothy Stone Dancer Coleman, and I'm the Director of Education for BronxNet and your host for Emerging Media Makers. Our goal is to shine a light on the amazing talents of our certified producers, as well as to introduce you to how easy it is to get your creative ideas in front of the world. By participating in one of our certification classes, you too could become a producer of your own show at one of our 3 BronxNet TV locations. We have studios at Mercy College in Westchester Square, in Carmen Hall on the campus of Lehman College, and here at BronxNet's Media and Technology Studios in the South Bronx. We have a certified class in field production as well as in in-studio production that will teach you the basics of TV production, plus a host of other classes that support you on your journey of content creation. Now, everyone starts off with a free class called Masterclass, How to Unleash Your Ideas. In this class, you'll get an overview of how previously certified community members have gone on to produce their own original programming. We also leave time to hear your questions and help you move on to classes that are best suited for your needs. If you're a person who might be hesitant to take that first step into TV production because maybe you don't want to be in front of the camera as a host, then rest assured there are several positions available that need your support, like audio engineering, set design, maybe you want to operate a camera or do floor management. There's so many choices that you could take. Check out BronxNet.org/education for more information and find out how easy it is to start producing your own original idea for the Bronx and beyond. When we come back, we're starting off with an origin story that is sure to captivate you. We have an amazing person here with us. I'm going to keep it a secret until we come back from this quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. What's up, creative family? Thanks so much for coming back. On today's show, we're going to be highlighting 2 amazing people. Now, up first is Mr. Tyrone Lowe, and we're so pleased to have him in the studio with us. Now, Tyrone Lowe is a DJ, producer, and owner of a video company called Tylo Video Productions. He's been a DJ for over 35 years, performing at outdoor events, exclusive parties, and clubs of all sizes. Having been a part of the music industry scene for many years, Tyrone is now shooting a series of programs featuring legends of the U.S. house scene called The Legends, right here on BronxNet TV. Now, let's get into it because there is a rich world to discover with Mr. Tyrone Lowe. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for coming to the show today.
Man, pleased to see you.
I really appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
Listen, I'm surprised you had the time in your schedule to be here. You know, I've seen you all across social media. I think there's a lot that you can share with other new producers or folks who are thinking about production, because that first thing that is usually hard for folks is how to take step 1 and how to market you know, when you're actually creating content, like how to actually market it so that you capture, you know, people to come and watch it.
Right.
Right. So before we get into that, I would just like to know, you know, can you let the folks know where are you from originally and where do you live now?
Well, actually, I'm from Brooklyn, but I moved to the Bronx, and I got quite a few places. I have my own recording studio. I own my video productions.
Right.
It's things like that.
And it's based here in the Bronx?
Yes.
Nice. And how long have you had your production studio?
About 5 years when I started from BronxNet.
Nice.
The way I got started was a young lady that I knew. She came to my studio to do an interview with me. So the cameras was like dope, you know. And I said to myself, you know what? How did you get into this?
Right. Right.
You know. So she said, well, you know, I went to this school and they showed me actually how to shoot the cameras, you know. And this camera was like way bigger than she was. She was but so little.
Right, right.
But she handled it. And so it opened up a whole way of life for me because I said to myself, you know what, I want to do this.
Right.
So I got online and I started actually looking for places, you know, that was actually doing it. So somebody said, you know, Lehman College has a place called BronxNet where you can actually, you know, learn how to do things.
Classes, right.
So I took a certified class and I did production and I did a fields production where they actually taught me everything.
Right.
So, you know, it's all about, when you take the classes, it's all about imagination.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, what you want to do.
Yes.
So I started actually shooting other people's shows. Then somebody came to me one day and said, you know, Tyrone, you need to do your own show. Because I'm shooting everybody's show. I'm there every week just doing the cameras and trying to learn actual fundamentals of
like
shooting.
Production.
Right.
Now, did you, really quickly, like when you first became aware of our classes, did you already know you wanted to be behind the scenes, or was it more you were just kind of open to learn everything that was there and you started off? How did you get from?
It was mainly like I wanted to do behind the scenes first, you know, because I said I couldn't see myself actually being on camera because I didn't know what to say.
Right.
So I started doing, they say that you got to do a pilot. So I went to Brooklyn and I got my friend DJ Frankie Paradise. He came to the show and he shot like I think it was a 15-minute actual pilot. And then I put it on YouTube. And then I got like, in a few days, I had like 300 views.
Wow.
So I was like, wow. And so I said, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to do people that's actually in the music industry, which I've been doing. And
now, do you know all of these folks that you're interviewing? Like, do you have relationships with them before they come to the show?
Well, actually, there's a legendary group called Full Force. I don't know if you know them.
I absolutely do, yes.
You know, behind the scenes, I was actually their audio engineer for like 20 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
So I actually started being with these guys, and I met all types of people.
Absolutely, they were producing for everyone.
Right, exactly. So I've been there when they actually were shooting music videos. And it was like quite interesting to me. So like I said, I went to BronxNet, I learned how to operate the cameras, and then did the field thing where they actually teach you how to edit and things like that.
Right.
So got my credit card together, went out there and bought my own equipment and stuff.
Right.
And I just started, you know, learning things on my own, you know, how to really, you know, do it. So somebody said, well, Ty, you need to do your own show. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna do my own show. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna get the legends, people that I know that was actually, you know,
here doing it, right? And like creating a space for a lot of folks that came up after them.
Right, so I've had people like Black Ivory, a lot of people, Tony Lee, Status 4, a lot of legends came in, you know, out of the archives, and, you know, and it was like interesting because, you know, I did it because of the upcoming people that's actually want to get into the industry. You can actually learn from them.
Yes.
You know, their downfalls.
It's a great form of mentorship.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, they had a lot of downfalls. Also teaching them about the fundamentals of the music industry.
That's right.
You know, and things like that. And so I've been doing it for a while. I bring in DJs. Like I said, I bring in a lot of celebrity types, and some upcoming artists as well.
That's really hot. So you're giving opportunity not only to those who were here before, but also to some of those that are up and rising, up and coming.
So right now my show is actually the Bronx. It's in the UK and also in South Africa right now.
Oh, that's so powerful. That's why we say the Bronx and beyond, because once you guys start performing your shows and producing, you never know where it's going to be picked up.
Well, you know, the whole thing with that is that when I got to BronxNet and I started shooting these shows, Brajlin, which I love so much, and used to work there, she's like, you know, you have to use this as a bridge to do what you really want to do.
That's right.
And that's what I did. I had another show that I was actually going to tape here, but the pandemic came, and so I like shut it down. And then we did the virtual thing.
That's right.
But I was still connecting with other people.
So how did you find out that your show was blowing up in other countries? Were you looking at the analytics from the stuff you were putting on YouTube? Like, what made you aware that you were in multiple places?
Well, actually, people were just calling me up and say, listen, they all had their own radio stations, they all had their own, formats. And they would say, well, hey, listen, I would like to have you on my show.
That's great.
So every week I'm posting my shows to different other people, and they're airing it and they're listening to it.
That's really powerful. So what is one piece of advice that you could give to the community for the person who is like on their couch, hand in a bag of chips, thinking about it, like maybe they're watching you and they're getting motivated because they heard how you became motivated just from watching this happen. What is a piece of mentorship that you might be able to offer?
Well, I would say that take a chance. Sometimes you just gotta take a chance. I feel that if you take a chance, it can just be a wrong way or a right way about it. You have to have that type of confidence with yourself.
That's right.
I feel that at this point right now that I didn't know that the Legends was actually going to blow up like the way it did.
Right.
I got to the point now where I don't even have to really look for a lot of people to come to my show.
Because they're coming to you. Right. That's powerful.
So due to the fact that I get a lot of emails now, that every Saturday that I do 2 shows.
Wow.
Because I got like two people, 2 guests
that want to come through.
Come in.
All right, so tell the folks, how do they find your show? When does your show air on BronxNet and at what time?
I believe it's every Sunday at 8:30. You can watch it.
And it's called The Legends.
It's called The Legends. You can go to my YouTube page where I actually post all my shows, and I share them all over the place.
That's really powerful. Listen, for the first year I was on YouTube, my mother was the only one who was subscribed to my channel, so I know what it's like to be grassroots, right? So, and I make no pretense about it because you never know what that thing is that's going to cause people to really be drawn to you.
Right.
But I appreciate, what you've done here at BronxNet and what you've offered out to the world, and I think the organic and very accessible way that you are on camera, I think is what is drawing people to you, because it doesn't feel fake, it doesn't feel overproduced, but it is still high quality. So I think that's powerful.
Actually the message behind it, to educate people about any type of fundamentals of any type of craft that you're getting yourself into. Technology is always on the rise, so I think that you got to upgrade yourself to that point where you actually want to express yourself, express your energy and things of that nature. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself. I believe that the energy I get back from it, that's my comfort zone. People calling me, hey Ty, that show was dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm also crossing over now where I'm doing other messages of footage. Like I just did a show on people living with people that has Alzheimer's and dementia, which I had a panel of people that's actually living with people that has it.
Wow.
And after I did that, my phone was like blowing up because a lot of people was actually identifying with it.
That's right.
And
it's not, some of these things are not things that we normally see, especially in our community, that folks are talking about. And you're talking about family members who are supporting family members.
Exactly.
And usually the family within our community, we keep those types of things very insular, and we don't allow people in. So that's powerful.
And then there's a spiritual part of my show where I have people come in and talk about their walks of life and things that they're going through. I wouldn't say that everybody believes in Jesus Christ or things of that nature, but everybody has a God of their understanding. And I've done quite a few shows with that, with
That's
people that
powerful.
actually talked about how they actually had a downfall in life, and how it became quite testimonial to a lot of people.
Right.
So I would get calls like, "Hey man, that's quite dope because I could identify with that. 30 years ago, I was on crack.
Right.
And then here it is, I see somebody actually giving a testimony.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, balance it out where, it's always a message for somebody.
That's right.
You know.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
All right, folks, listen, I could talk to him all day long, but we have to run on. So every Sunday, you say, at 8:30 p.m., you can catch the legends. It's not only about folks that are in the entertainment industry, it's people that could be living right next door to you, going through something that you might also be going through, which, brings together our community and it removes that sense of isolation. Check out Tyrone Lowe and the Legends, 8:30 on Sundays on BronxNet. We'll be right back. What's up, creative family? Thank you so much for coming back after break. I'm Timothy Stone Dancer Coleman, your host for Emerging Media Makers. Our next guest is Hosea James Givan II. Hosea graduated with a Bachelor of Arts from Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa, a Master of Science from Long Island University in Greenville, New York, and a Master of Professional Studies from Alliance Theological Seminary in Nyack, New York. And let's not forget, he also has an honorary doctoral of humane letters degree from CICA International University. Hosea has served as an adjunct professor in the School of Business at Manhattanville College in Purchase, New York, a political consultant, and he recently retired as a certified New York City guidance counselor. Hosea served as executive director of the New York State Black and Puerto Rican Legislative Caucus, the first co-commissioner of the Nike Swoosh All-Metro Basketball Tournament, and was a spokesperson for Chase Manhattan Bank's Community Development Corporation. In addition to all of that, Hosea presently helps provide community leadership as the host of his weekly program right here on BronxNet called Ignite, Empower, Transform. Please join me in welcoming Hosea to Emerging Media Makers. Hello, sir.
What's up, bro?
All right, man. Listen, thank you so much for being with us. I feel like I should have put on a shirt and tie for this interview.
No, stop that, man. This is all
I'm
good.
so proud of you.
Thank you, bro.
One of the things I
Thank
say
you.
to folks that are doing great work, I don't have to have known you for a long time to already be proud. And so I thank you for all that you're already doing for our community. And
Thank you.
I'd love to start with just a little bit of origin story for you. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up? It looks like you've bounced around to a lot of different places.
Yeah, I've been around the world a few times.
Are you
Grew
a
up in-
Bronxite?
I grew up in Howes, Queens.
Okay.
I'm from Howes, Queens. I was born in Chicago, but grew up in Howes, Queens. My mom is probably grew up maybe less than a mile from here.
Wow.
Over there by 161st.
Yep.
My dad is from Gary, Indiana. My parents met in Chicago.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. My grandmother's from Gary, Indiana.
Get out of here,
That's
really?
dope. Okay, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right, so
they probably know each other. I'm sure
please,
they do.
there has to be family in